Hey guys, so I realized with my last UK video, this marks the second time I've brought you guys to a tattoo shop with me without ever actually telling you what I got or why I got it, which is kind of rude of me, and I'm sorry. To remedy that, I thought I would take you on a tour of my tattoos. So here we go. First off, I should probably give you a history on me and tattoos. I've been obsessed with tattoos for as long as I can remember. The first ones I vividly remember seeing as a kid are my cousin's pirate tequila worm, which sounds kind of weird, but it's actually really cute, and my uncle's Herbie Husker tattoo, which, if you have no idea what that is, you've clearly never been to Nebraska. Congratulations. So I've known from a fairly young age that I wanted tattoos. When I was 16, my mom's boyfriend at the time joined me on my side in the ongoing battle for parental consent. We nearly had my mom on board, but then she came to her senses, put her foot down, and very firmly said, "Not gonna happen." Which I was really bummed about at the time, but looking back on it, I'm pretty happy that she said no. The tattoo that I wanted at 16 would have been a giant mistake. Just don't tell her I said that. So when I finally turned 18, I went to the only tattoo shop in town with my mom and made an appointment, and 2 days later, I had this. It's a fancy script letter M. Depending on who you ask, it could mean a lot of things. My mom likes to tell people that it stands for mom, while my friends like to say that it stands for McFly, because even at 18, my obsessional love for them was strong. But really, it stands for my last name, Munson, with a little heart next to it, because I love my family and they always have my back. Actually, that has nothing to do with why I got it on my back. I just thought it would hurt less there. But it's nice. It's a nice thought now. So my next one didn't come until 4 years later, mostly because I was in college and therefore very broke. I was on a little girls only weekend holiday with my friends, and we walked past a tattoo shop while we were window shopping, and I just went in, picked something small out that I've always wanted, and made an appointment for the next day. And that's when I got the stars. I got 4 stars because it was a number that kept popping up in my life, especially around that time. There are 4 members of my immediate family: my mom, my big sister, me, and my little brother. There are 4 members of McFly. There were 4 of us on our weekend trip, and they are still some of my closest friends. It had been 4 years since my last tattoo, and most importantly, I had just gotten out of a 4-year relationship. This tattoo is so important to me. I had left my boyfriend because I was unhappy and had forgotten who I was, and this tattoo served as a reminder of who I am, and more importantly, who I wanted to be. My next one is actually the first one that I brought you lot along for. It's my hopeful tattoo. I had put it on my 24 by 24 list, and my friend had just moved to town, so we decided to celebrate with tattoos. I got the word hopeful because I'm a massive fan of It's Way Past My Bedtime here on YouTube, and her audience is called the Hopefuls. I've been a fan of Carrie's since before she even started doing YouTube. Back when she was uploading songs to her MySpace account. That made me feel incredibly old. I also liked the idea of being able to wear my hope on my sleeve. Literally. As someone who struggles with depression, this tattoo is a constant reminder that there is always hope. Not to mention that I felt weirdly lopsided with just my stars, so I thought it needed a friend. So after that, I thought I was done. Not forever, by any means, but for a while. Boy, was I wrong. I went on a trip to Colorado to go ziplining, and on the last day there, my friend decided she wanted to get a tattoo. So we found a shop that took walk-ins, and that's where I got the rest of this one. I loved my stars, but it never felt fully complete. And I had been toying with the idea of McFly lyrics for a while, so I just went for it. And I'm so happy I did. It is honestly my favorite piece. Because he had to work around an existing tattoo that was a bit oddly shaped, he decided to freehand it instead of using a stencil. That doesn't mean that he just went in with the tattoo machine and figured it out as he went along. It just meant he drew the stencil onto my skin with Sharpies before he started. And it was the first time and only time I've ever seen anyone work like that, and it was just so cool to see. Only 2 more to go! The next one was just on a whim, really. It's another McFly lyric. Oh my god, I'm so surprised. It wraps around my ankle and finishes on the top of my foot, and it says, "Funny, one thing led to another," which sounds kind of stupid by itself, but it's just the start of a much bigger piece that I have in mind. For anyone who's thinking about getting their first tattoo, Please do not get it anywhere near your Achilles tendon. Holy shit, did it hurt. It was the worst pain I've ever gone through. I lost control of voluntary movement in my leg at one point and straight up kicked the guy in the chest. It was awful, which is also why it's not finished. It was so painful, it put me off tattoos for nearly a year. Which brings us to my last tattoo, which was also the second tattoo I brought you guys along for. I knew I wanted to celebrate my first European trip with a tattoo, but I was having a really hard time deciding on what I wanted. I literally didn't know until the morning of. When I got the lyrics wrapped around my stars, I once again felt lopsided. And so I knew I wanted something to go on the hopeful side, basically since this one healed. And since I was flying home in 2 days, birds felt oddly appropriate. And when I was talking to Tanya about it, she made a really good point. She said, birds make the most sense for me as a person because I am constantly traveling, always moving, and forever looking for the next big adventure. Which is basically the best compliment anyone has ever given me. Okay, so that's it. That's all of them. Well, for now, anyway. I really love tattoos, so it's safe to assume I have a lot more planned for the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments down below, and tell me about any tattoos that you guys have. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya. Oh my god, I'm so surprised! Oh my god, I'm so surprised.